A lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, the more I get you. And you love the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and outside of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best to work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
The time check is 1 minute. 1 minute down 6. That's the time check. Yes. Well, what a way to go. We sincerely apologize maybe for that feedback. But again, folks, good evening to all of you. Good evening to our dear listeners. Good evening and good evening again. Good evening. Yeah, we stay setting up because we have other things to do behind the scenes, so we have to get ourselves set and moving very, very strong and energetic and so forth. But again, we thank God, we are grateful. So people, yeah, let's share the show. Monk will be here very, very soon. Let's share the show. Let me see. I was looking for one other dirty video quickly. Some of the information we're getting from West Point. But again, please, let's share the show. Those of you who are following us, today is Tuesday, the 6th of May. And welcome to the SKTV show, the Tuesday edition of the SKTV show. Yeah, it's every time you come, every time you wake up, every time you are alive, you hear so many news, so many things happening around the world, so many things ongoing in Liberia, so many things happening, in our very homes, so many things happening in our personal lives. Yeah, it's not easy. Sometimes you just create your own embarrassment and you have to escape. Like way some people now escape to Kema. Oh, they laugh interesting. Seriously, sometimes if you're not careful, you will create your own embarrassment. And that embarrassment will lead you where? To Kema. So people, be careful in this life. Please, just be careful and know what to do, what to say to people, how to treat people, how to go about with things, because sometimes your going may be good, but at the end of the day, you may spoil your own going until you may turn upside down. Where is Muna? Muna is right here. Let me see whether Muna is prepared. But those of you who just joining us, please, let's share the show. Myself, I'm trying to do. I recognize all of you, those of you who just joining us via the internet. I will recognize all of you, but please give us a like, comment, and share. Today we'll be looking at things happening, especially when it comes to our mineral sectors. These things happening. People are taking all of our resources. People are getting rich at our own detriment. You know, people. You know, we just the country as well. Well, we keep praying. Oh, the people are getting rich. You know, yeah, I don't know, but we will go into all of the conversations. We will look at all of these things today as to whether what is the problem with us as people. We rich, but then at the end of the day, we are poor. Foreign people are getting rich. They come here, they collect. Some people take loan. Yeah, imagine in your own country, you tend to complete spectator in your own country. Lord, just try to show people. You know, man, I was looking for the Yes Daddy video, but sometimes you got to feel sorry. They said the man do what say. They said one other Yes Daddy from West Point. Yeah, from West Point. Allegedly, according to information that we're getting from West Point, that one other Yes Daddy allegedly raped 12 years old. I think that his member because yeah, that's his member. A 12 years old little girl, and he's on the run. Yeah, you know, he's on the run. So your own life, sometimes you can cause chaos. Let me tell you something. Maybe you don't even know. Sometimes you can cause chaos for your own life. And how we look, we Liberians, we look for chaos for our own country. We get the foreign people, we give them our land. They steal anything they want to steal. They take everything away. They get rich. They go. Then they give us loan. Look, I don't know why. But we'll continue to pray it. Yeah, you know, that pray it. Look, we got to pray. Some of you who are prayer warrior. So let's share the show, people. No, people say, I'm going to do this. Some people, no, I like it at that. Yeah, so let me recognize a few of our people. Tavis Bachu, good evening to you watching from yes, indeed, from the US. Robert Fasulo Jackley, thank you so much for always finding us. Mustafa Balo, my good brother and friend, good evening. He say, I'm watching from the Lawless Republic. You know, that's the thing. People will want to campaign on things, then they come back and say, no, that one is not part of me. But Elizabeth Bowen, thank you so much for watching. Sebastian William, good evening to you. Yes, indeed, from a comfortable resident in Bannersville. So Monk is right here. Let me see how best to get my brother Monk on quickly. Yes, indeed, Monk is right here. Poor people, rich country, and that's the kind of people we are. But Monk, good evening.
What's up, Midboy? What's up to the listening audience? Another day. Today is the 6th of May, right?
Yeah, and no time. In fact, I'm waiting for all more. Last year I was talking about May. May. What kind of life be this?
A week from now, you'll be in the middle of the month. By the time you get in June, then you can kiss the year goodbye because June is the middle of the year. So it almost like you play a 90-minute game. You go for a break in the first 45 minutes. So for me, psychologically, I start programming June to be the end of the year because I start looking forward to the new year once we enter June to the following year because 6 months is no time. But anyway, it's nice to be here. Another day to be on Sktv. People should share the show, comment, and share.
The show, people. Yeah, myself, I'm doing Monk. So let's share the show to also Monk. While we're doing the talking, a little bit back to back. Even though Monk, I don't know whether you follow one of the latest video coming from West Point information about one other quote unquote pastor who allegedly raped a 12 years old. We're starting the conversation before we go straight into our main topic. But I don't know whether you follow that.
No, not really.
All right. Yeah, I don't know where the video. I think I saw that video also. But I think yes. I was somewhere this afternoon when I put my internet on. That's what I saw. That in the allegedly that one Datus pastor of one other church apostle on the 12th apostle church in West Point allegedly raped a 12 years old. I don't know whether it happened this morning or the day afternoon, but they said the man escaped from Sabib. Oh, they called him. They said the man escaped. They said the man run away. The man go came. I know the man go tired.
People got different way of doing things. Some of us, just one thing I know in life is just because you're a good person doesn't mean a bad thing won't happen to you. There are certain ways some of us were grown. We were trained to avoid certain things, but unfortunately, we are not from the same background or orientation. We never received the same training. Because for me, I got on the issue of rape, especially when it involves kids, I got a whole different perception, but especially in Africa. Because some people, I believe, they don't do it to please their sexual urge. Some people do it for ritualistic purposes, like sleeping with a baby. Because I know sex is a two-way thing, right? You got to be into somebody mentally and physically. It got to be something of attraction that will even want you to have sex with somebody. So the question you ask yourself, how can you even gather the feeling of a baby or of some innocent kid, 7, 8, 9 years? I mean, their body is not fully mature. So it got to be something deeper than what you think it is. In the physical realm or in reality, we would think that, oh, he just wanted to have sex. But in some instances, it's beyond sex. It's not just the regular sex that you would want as a normal person. And I believe that the reason some people can do that, I don't know why they would want to do stuff like that, but my brother, we can stop these things from happening. They are just part of our society, and the most you can do is to minimize or to mitigate them, but you cannot eradicate them 100% because you don't know when the next incident might arise from. So that's just why it is. I just hope he can meet the full punishment of the law and people can pursue him and bring him to justice, because you are destroying someone else's child future. I don't know about 12-year-old having sex or 11 years old. I mean, no matter how big their body is, they are still 11 years old. It still doesn't change the fact. And that just, it is. But some people are still, they are predators, and there's nothing you can do about them. They are just sick mentally. Yep.
Indeed, Mark, you are quite correct on the statement that some of us, we may come from a very good home. We may even, our life may even be seen as, good people. But at the end of the day, the way we react to things also matter. Among you, look, you just saying something. Thank God we said into this social thing quickly, because Monk, sometimes to temptation. Because mind you, if you go back into the Bible says, "Lead me not into temptation." It doesn't mean that temptation not exist, or maybe you will not be able to see temptation. Like for example, even Joseph that we call in the Bible, right? That also go and see the king, wife, nakedness, and so forth. These were temptations. So you will see the temptation, but the attitude of you living into it or removing yourself into it, and that was matter. And you just said something wrong. Because there are a lot of cuckoo people that have been destroyed by temptation. And yes, because let's be frank. And also to Mark, can we also say that God has his own way of punishing people? Maybe sometimes if you're not worshiping the right way, and sometimes you lie, like in fact like you are doing this and doing that.
I don't know when you said trying to punish people, like you mean in the case of the man that committed the act or the little girl. I don't know how you want to put these two together, because
I'm trying to say maybe to expose him. It may not be the little girl, but maybe she might have been used in her phone, but to expose some of these that some of the men or some of the wicked people are into. Because sometimes you just see maybe outside and feel like maybe is good. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, more than likely that's some of the way God can expose you. And you should also take into consideration, if he would do something like that to a 12-year-old, it cannot be his first rodeo. Maybe he have done it to other people and may have gotten away with it. So it's not some kind of habit. Because the thing is, maybe you must do things repeatedly to become a habit. We are a creature of habit as human beings, right? The thing that we do continuously is shape our mind, our brain function, everything. We do this thing continuously without even recognizing them. So the fact is, if he were attempt to do something like that to a 12-year-old kid, then more than likely he did it to other kids in the past, except that he was never exposed. So maybe that's his way of being exposed here. Because I can bet you, I don't know this individual, but this would not be his first time, because to even come out with the idea of having sex with a minor or 12-year-old of all ages, and to be a man of God, because sometimes when you carry this title, people hold you to high esteem. It's not about the title, it's about your lifestyle. That's why I keep telling people spirituality and lifestyle will speak more about your religion or professing to be someone with a religious background, because your lifestyle will be a testament, not just what it is. The thing that you learn, the thing that you practice, the thing that you believe in, they will manifest every single day of the week. It will show you out to the rest of the world who you are. So it's not strange. Like I said, there are so many reasons people do this thing. Some people are just mentally sick. They cannot help themselves. Some people put themselves in compromising position and they don't have total control over their own body. And some people do it for ritualistic purposes. That's what I'm telling you. Some of them, I don't know of this man of God, but maybe he used this man of God title to shield he's doing as an individual, because when we call people pastors and imam and elders, you hold them to certain esteem, but at the end of the day, their reality will still, you will still confront the reality as to who they are individually, and that's what you're seeing happening with those pastors.
And to just add up to you, Mark, some of the cases or some of the instances have been compromised. Mind you, though, the name you just call, or maybe that title. Oh yeah, maybe, sometimes people feel sorry for people and say, when I want to damage the main church, or because of some of these things today, most of our children, our women today, they having children where there is no father, nobody to own these children. All they know is the men are pregnant, the men run away. That's all you will hear. Sometimes the men may even be right in a corner, watching and observing the wicked man who he left there. They born that little child or that little girl live with that compromise issues that indeed, because the people fed up, don't talk, the man title, the man, that man a wicked man. No need anymore for even pressing into anything anymore. That man should be exposed. So, Mark, I wanted to ask you this as to this case. The man felt that maybe he tried talking to the people and maybe they couldn't listen. That's why he decided to run away or maybe to escape. Monk. All right, so the monk is facing some.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I'll try to say something. You said what? Repeat that question. I didn't get the last portion of the question.
I'm asking as to whether because maybe this issue was maybe unfortunately the family members maybe they refused to compromise this case. Maybe that's why the man escaped, because so far I think he's the only name that I'm hearing that also involved into these kind of situations, and he just escaped overnight, or maybe
it goes both ways. If he's going to escape, then it means that he already aware that the news is out there, and escaping only is a confirmation of what he did. So I don't know. They say you find yourself between a rock and a hard place. You can pick your own person. I think that's what happened to him, because if he had never committed it, I don't think he would be running away. But the fact of the matter that he will escape is just a confirmation. That's why I keep saying I don't think he's going to go out of the country. He will just go somewhere remote and try to shield himself. But at the end of the day, he's a pastor. He has a congregation. He has a huge following. So I don't know how long he can keep playing the running game. And if at all the authorities will happen to comprehend him, then he must face the law. Maybe the reason we got law and punishment in society, it doesn't mean that bad things won't happen. It just means that when you cross the line, there is a system in place that will keep you in check, and it will discourage other people from doing exactly this thing. That's why people talk about law and institution here. In any advanced country, it's the same thing. When they punish you for your crime, when people see the punishment alone, that will prevent them of even getting engaged in such an act. But when you let people go with impunity and people want to protect him because he's a pastor, they calling him man of God, someone they like Steve can call him the Jesus defender. They want
Thank you. Yeah, daddy.
It become a problem. Yeah, that pastor will end up doing the same thing. So I don't know. But that's it, my brother.
Yes, my brother, we gotta move out. I'm seeing Sheikh here. I don't know whether he's set and ready, but he's still behind the same. Sheikh, I don't know whether he's getting us. If not, then you can do all of your setup and join us later on. So, folks, to those of you who are just joining us, we want to say the pleasant good evening. I know maybe in the morning or maybe afternoon time from your end there, but here in Liberia it's 18 minutes past 6. That's the time check in Liberia, and today is the 6th of May, the 5th month, and for a matter of fact, the year remains the same, 2025. So we move. Today, our topic, as you may be aware, we have rich country but poor people. So we will delve into our discussion today. And Monk, we're going to start the ball rolling. We move rich country, poor people. What happened to us? All of the resources we have today, foreign people are taking it back to back, and arguments as to who own this, who want to own this, who want to, or in fact, who have power over this. Even the companies are all fighting among themselves as to who want to have more power, who want to control this, and who want to do this. But again, Mark, let me see, because I think Sheikh is ready. Let me remove Sheikh and bring Muna on. Yeah, Muna, good evening.
Mabel, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. Mona, we're doing good. Thank God for life. And how do you end? How's Wedro?
Yeah, it's relatively calm. It's good to be back again to the Tuesday. It's good to be back. Yeah. I'm okay,
Mona,
my dear.
yeah. So quickly, with speed before I go to Monk, can you give us a little update maybe that you have there in Swedru or coming from Swedru, Ganjira?
Yeah, just the same thing, but the whole inspection thing that going on in the city, making sure that those who have bathrooms not in order to make sure that bathrooms in a better state, and also they may shift along the street to make sure that it's not there. And also, there was an allegation about me, a lot of schools taking money from students for project fees because the rise is coming. And then so teachers are telling the parent that if your child get to you, your children get to you, say, oh, the school say the teachers who should pay this amount, you should make sure and get to the school to find out. Because if the children come to you, a child come to you, say, oh, we should pay this amount and thing, you may follow up and give them money at the end result. You're going to radio start saying, oh, the teachers are taking money from our children and thing. But it is good that if your child bring information to you about paying money, make sure you get on a campus to find out. Yeah, that's what happened right now in Swearju. That teachers, that parents should make use of the schools because they don't want any problem that you're gonna say someone paid this project fee because once it's coming and things and go lie. All the schools gonna pay 150 US, gonna pay 5,000. If you go find out you pay the money at the end result, you will say, oh, this school they're exploiting us, they charge you money, they charge you money like that. So the principals of the various schools, teachers are telling the parents that if your children come to you to say their school say they just we should pay this amount of project fees, please make sure you do follow up on the campus before you give them money because they don't want any problems. They want the parents, the teachers to be in a good atmosphere, good relationship to see how best they can move the educational sector forward.
Well, thank you, Muna. Even though we don't have lots of the time, but I wanted to ask you some question, but let's move on. I'm seeing Sheikh. I don't know whether Sheikh is set. Sheikh struggle with, I think, with some network problem because I'm seeing off and on. So I don't know. But again, Muna, thank you for that. Even though I think these are things that we really expect from most of our schools that at least you, because mind you, though, most of these students too will be holding the school responsible, but most of these students too, they are all corrupt because mind you, they say the thing is free, but you go to your parents and lie that you have to pay this, you have to do this. So we have to hold also the students accountable also for what they do or for what they are doing. Also, because mind you, that's the only way that the society will be free, at least, and you know, and the society will be better. Or else everything will just be messed up the way the society look. But again, Mark, let's move into our discussion today. Rich country but poor people, my brother. So you can start the ball rolling. Let me take this break. But go ahead, Mark.
Hello?
Go ahead, Mark. I'm getting you, Mark. Go ahead. Yes,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
that's a paradox. Rich people or poor country, right? It's hard to explain because it's like it's a contradiction. You cannot claim to be rich and at the same time keep saying you are poor because the problem is we never got the actual definition of wealth. Wealth is more dynamic. I mean, it's not only about money possession, right? It's also material possession and the proper management. That's why you got government in place. You got people. We all cannot govern the state. That's why we elect or we appoint few people to be our representative to look out there for us. But when you have a system in place where the people who you put there, they could have no interest, and matter of fact, the people themselves could care less. Remember, how many times we talk about concessional agreement on the show, agreements and concession, and whether it's a syndicate or whatsoever, when it comes to resources, right, in the country, whether it's the Wologisi Mountain, whether it's the Putu Mountain, whether it's iron ore, we have seen the people that came before us, some of the elderly generation, right? People from the 70s, 80s, that's why I said they were the best generation in Liberia's history. Let's say from the 70s upward before the 90s, that 20-year period, they enjoyed the best of the country. They have better school, better healthcare facilities, and we have jobs because we have factories. There was a video circulating on social media that the one guy asked a funny question. It was funny, but he was talking. He said, we have battery factory, chicken soup factory, iron factory, shoe factory. All the factories are gone. The only factory that said that beer factory. Look, the only factory in Liberia that survived, even during the heat of the war, is beer factory. What happened to that country is hard to explain. But that's the same thing we've been saying over time, and we keep talking on Sktv. I don't know about other platforms, but that's just why it is. It's not only about having a wealth, it's about managing the wealth and making sure it benefits the people. That's why we stand now in the 21st century. Because maybe I won't lie to you, the vast majority of Africa has been exploited, but you can only exploit people for so long. At a certain point in time, the eyes going to open, and we live in information age now. So the countries that got a vision that put their people first, what they are making the necessary investment. That's why the economy is growing. That's why they are bringing more people into the middle class. People got job. Everything comes to job, and job is the first number one, very important issue, my brother. Without job, the society cannot operate. Without job, even the government itself cannot operate, because government collect what? Taxes in the form of revenue to even make more investment into the people. So how do you collect taxes if people don't have job? And job, like I said, is the number one thing. It's just about time that we start changing the way we do business, especially for Liberia. Look, maybe you got physical resources or natural resources, but then there's a major component to it. Since I came overseas, I noticed, I say one thing that separates the industrialized world from third world country is human resource development. Maybe education is another form of resources if you can make the best out of it, right? And that's why people make investment in education and healthcare. When people are well enough, they are healthy enough, they can go out there and work. And when they work, they make more money. And when you make more money, you pay more in taxes. So everything comes with a profit motive. The only thing is the government making the necessary investment to improve people's life and to create jobs. And can you take people from poverty into the middle class? That's the toughest one to do. And up to now, we are yet to see someone in recent memory that will be able to do that. So even though the paradox might sound funny, rich country, poor people, but in reality, especially with the case of Liberia, that's the reality, whether you like it or not. We are poor people still.
Wonderful poor people, rich countries. So when you go back, you will see Liberia boast a wealth. Liberia boast a wealth of mineral resources, with iron ore being dominant export, followed by gold and diamonds. Other minerals with potential include manganese, right? They have so many of them.
Manganese.
Manganese, good.
Rare earth element, rare earth mineral. You don't find
good. You have zinc, you have lead, you have rare earth minerals. You have so many of the minerals in your country. But at the end of the day, Monk, all we see today is poverty in the eyes of our people. Poverty, even to where the minerals are, even to where these quote-unquote companies go to, even take the mineral from. Because mind you, Monk, if you export, maybe export iron ore per day, or maybe per month, or maybe per week, like if you listen to some of the information gathering that most of the companies that also do the gold money and that diamond money, most of the companies, Monk, all they do is they just take the people resources from the villages, towns, and so forth, but no water, no school, no hospital, nothing. Even the same people are dying. In fact, their lives even got more worse than even because, like for example, if you put some chemicals into the water that the people are supposed to drink, already there are no safe water already for them. They already depend on the rivers, creeks, and so forth to survive. But you go there and put chemicals and so forth into the waters. That means you are telling the people that we don't care about you. Anything happen to you, it is your business. All we care about here is to come here and get rich and take all of your resources and go. But a Monk, in the midst of all of these resources that have been discovered here in Liberia, the Ministry of Lands, Mines, and Energy, headed by the former United Party chairman, Raymond Pay. There are so many information out there that there are a lot of illegal miners who are mining day and night, taking the country resources back to back. In this case, Monk, who should we blame? For me, I want to be, because the people themselves that sit there and allow this company to come and exploit them, take all of the resources without being even hand pump or any school. Monk, who should we blame in the midst of all of this thing? Because for me, where I come from, Pudu Iron Ore Mountain, I don't know whether it collapsed or what happened. You imagine? Some of us live in a mountain during the war. There were my great-grandparents, my parents, in fact, my great-parents, they when they left. But today, no day. So, Monk, who should we blame into all of these things happening back to back with the life of our people?
Well, in the case of management or managing your country's resources, it can only be the government. It cannot be the people in that case because it's now an electoral process where people go stay in line to go vote for concessioners. But maybe here is the thing. You want to blame business people, but they are not the one to be blamed. Business people, let me tell you something. The number one objective of any business is to make profit. They call them venture capitalists. They want to spend 10 cents here and make $1 here. So when it comes to a country, they do that assessment. They look for a country that can easily be exploited, that is mostly corrupt, and they take advantage of loopholes in the system and in the law. So, like, I think if you're growing up in elementary or junior high school, they taught you about the history of Firestone, right? When Firestone came in 1924, they started operation in 1926. They were able to acquire up to 1 million acres of land, and they paid for, I think it was 5 cents an acre, right? If you're gonna get someone something that's cheap in business, I don't have problem with business people. You can call them all the name you want. You can call them crony capitalists. At the end of the day, you had a government in place that's able to keep them in check. That's why you got regulation, you got regulatory and compliance law in your country, because the business expect to go by the laws that you have on the book. But when you become corrupt and you don't have regard for your own law, business people will take advantage to make a profit. So I'm not here to come bash business people or people who want to invest and make more profit. No, I blame the people who were put in charge. Let me tell you something. Earlier today, when our man posted something about Ghana, right? And you notice that recently, the Ghanaian president told all the foreign gold miners to leave the country.
Indeed.
He gave them up to the 30th of April to leave the country.
Yes, indeed.
And Obey was talking about that, how the U.S. government just wrote a communication saying that.
Yeah, I saw something for the U.S.
Yeah, it was like a paradox, saying Ghana is no longer safe. People are being raped. So the question was, since when Ghana became a problem? Because the last time I checked, the vast majority of Americans that are leaving from this country going to Africa, Ghana is the number one target. Their electricity, running water is becoming stable. They got good security. People can plow the street at night. So when people saw that statement, like, you don't think that because of their gold? So I told Obi, I said, because gold is very important. I've been saying the thing on the internet for the longest. I don't know of any rational or logical country that will want to sell gold in its raw state right now. Maybe I think I sent you a screenshot. An ounce of gold this morning, I was checking on the market. I sent you the chart earlier. An ounce of gold right now, where the picture that I sent you, gold is trading at $3,396. By 9 o'clock this morning, it rose to 4,000, but the market a little bit retraced, so it's now trading at $3,396 for an ounce. Okay, it's one thing when people come to exploit your country, right? But then it's another thing when illegal miners come to come exploit the country. So it means you are losing double. You are not even getting the benefit for the mineral, and then they got people who are taking it without even paying a penny. So you see that the major investor come, they take, I think that BA Mountain, I think I was looking at one of the documents, they make anywhere between $500 to $600 million a year.
Yes,
can you imagine that in 12 months, if a company can extract $500 million from your country, close to $500 million, how much are you getting in
almost 80% of your budget, or almost 90% of your budget.
Almost close to 90% of your budget. If one company will come to your country and take that much worth of gold, and the people that work on that mountain live in nothing but huts and trashes, then maybe, I don't know what to say. I was not the one elected, but I think it's hard to explain. Let me stop there for now. Let me get the speech.
Yes, more thank you. Quickly before I go across to our colleagues. Also, we've been getting some of the reports that, quote unquote, some of our government officials sometimes, some of our lawmakers allegedly that sometimes they go in contact with these people, and all they do is that they just go out there and find some of the hard talker, some of the our leaders, or maybe from the various towns and villages, the clan chief, the town owners, and talk with them and say, the person coming, they lie to the people. After a few times, the people say nothing. By the time they want to try, they say, the government sent the people in me. But because the government is not active, let me tell you, Monk, that's why some of these things are happening today, because the kind of governance system we have here is all about maneuver based, or the capital city. Their focus is capital city until everything going and going. Right now we're having, in fact, I'm getting report that two Burkina Faso nationals has been charged and sent to court in Bangabon County for illegal gold mining in Zota district. Can you imagine that? And we have represented them. What these people are doing. So, Sheikh, what say you? Poor country, or sorry, poor people, rich country.
Yes, poor people, rich country, poor people is I was saying, and I want to say good evening to all of our many listeners, those of you following us. Good evening to you, Mom, and good evening to Muna and you, Maybon. Good evening to all of you. Yes, it is. It's sometimes it sometimes seems to be disgraceful where we have resources in our country and people think ought to be that we are suffering, we are poor, we are becoming a beggar in this country, and everything other country needs, we have it. What do we say about Burkina Faso? What do they have? What Burkina Faso have? The boy today is on the front page, Ibrahim Traore. What Burkina Faso have today? We have more than Burkina Faso, but today we are beyond time. We have the gold, we have the diamond, we have the river, we have the forest, we have the timber, we have everything in this country. But today, we are behind. Burkina Faso, they just have, is that the people don't have anything much, but I lay diamond and gold they having. They're taking the whole war right now in the country, yeah, then we are celebrating it. In fact, but I want to say to Nigerians, Liberians, that we are here to tell you the truth, what is happening around the world. And just to speak of some of the things that happen in Nima County, I hear from Muna, there's some fees the processing fee in the WAS for the 12-year, and poor country, parents struggling to pay their children's school fee, and the government school want to rob them. We understood that there are some schools that parents are beginning to go to them for that banner money where it's supposed to be 150 LD per the government regulation, and the school went and collected $1,000 from the students all around. So the parents began to go on the various campuses for their money, for that banner 850. So it's not small thing when you go to the various campus, they feel they no school. So before the parents said they want to get all that money before the WAS. Government did not say it should collect 1,000 LD. It should be 150 LD. And then on Sunday, we hosted the political leader for the CMC, the political, the Citizen Movement for Change, or Musa Hassan Benete, who hosted him at UFN here to speak to the people in the district. And with the issue of we only create water, but I told you about the other time, maybe, Mr. Benete says his district will not be part of those that will drink running water, from the creek. So 140 pump is sort of being the district now. For the people. So according to him, the material arrived in Liberia. They are the port. The pumps are arrived in Liberia. Or they have one for the 9 towns in district number 7. Sorry, he have for the 9 towns, and he bringing one for the 40 pumps. So that means it's all plug. Everybody going to get it. According to him, he want to minimize the issue of drinking from the creek. His people in the rural communities will start drinking from the creek. And so very soon, the issue of water business will not be a stigma in the district. It will not be something that people suffering for drinking water in district number 7 in Nima County. Everybody going to get our own pump to the river towns and villages. So he bought 140 pumps in the district very, very soon. Besides that, the issue of Burkina Beast that Muna was talking about, and you talking about too, maybe, is serious. Very, very serious. I remember during the time of my blue, the CMC candidate they put in the just in the election. When my blue was, county inspector, the Burkina Beast issue a serious issue. The issue of Pabli. I don't know the Burkina Beast. They love that area so much to the extent that all the time they go there, That place is an area that when you there, you don't even know that human being living there. Because that place far away from even some people who say Ganda. You government official to get to that place, very difficult. So there where the Burkinabes are. And the elders are down there. The chief, the town chief should be very careful the way they giving place to the Burkinabes. When they get a place to the people stay there, they can lease the area to the people for money. When the people stay there now, time for the people to make that farm and other things, the people to go to be that lay farm and thing. It can be easy to get it farm. You go in the bush, Burkinabes say, if you got a bush, I will kill you. You come on the farm, I will kill you. Imagine, I spoke with someone then. The other time I spoke with someone, I was very afraid, I was scared. I saw the people, the people, when you see them in the bush, or you see them in the bushes, you feel afraid, you don't even want to talk to them.
And let me not cut you off. Let me not cut you off. I think the entire Burkina stuff, I think we'll take another day for that. You are correct. Because even in my own place, in fact, where Muna is right now, is like, in fact, that's the headquarters for Burkina. So we would dive more into that, my brother, because that's a very alarming.
Yeah, so these are things happening very embarrassing in Battles, maybe.
Yeah.
Very
So quickly, so now we can go off track. Yeah, so quickly so we can go off track. Yeah, so just summarize everything then.
Maybe I'll send you some picture. Yeah. Maybe Steve, Sheikh is talking, you can show our audience some of the environmental damages these guys are causing in Liberia, Burkina Faso.
Yeah, I just trying to give you some of the update in Nima County. Some of the things are affecting the balance, and some of the things are happening in Nima County. After the election, there have been not much wahala in the county. These are some of the things that are happening. With Obede bringing 140 hand pumps in the district, and other things that are happening around. So much so good. Nima is relatively kind, nothing much happening. Politics, people are doing normal things as well. Why you trying to upload, upload the photo as well.
Good. So go ahead now. What say you? Which country, poor people, everything that you just said is also embedded into what we are discussing here today. These are some of the photos I'm about to place them on the show here. But go ahead. What say you about our country, the way we have been treated? I know also in Nima, there are also mining activities, if not illegal, if not some of them, their lessons have expired, but they are still mining. People are getting rich. While our people continue to swim and live in poverty. What say you?
Maybe it's frustrating. It's happening every day in Nima County. In the interior side, you go to the interior part of Nima County, it's frustrating. There are towns and villages in Nimba. When you go there, you see the people doing illegal mining. You'll not believe it. Yes, the government have their part to play. But who makes the country well? It's we the citizens. We the citizens. And we just sit and see Liberia, see the kind of picture. We the citizens, me Liberia. We're going for someone at 2 creek, 3, 4, 5 creeks somewhere in the bush. We're taking the resources illegally. The government don't know about it. Nobody knows about it. It is frustrating. A country with resources, more than more of the African countries today. Then we hear say we are poor people. We don't have anything. Where it comes from?
Well, thank you.
Government. Hey, Bomba, keep skipping. Why you get out one photo? Keep skipping. I think like
yeah, I know. Monday where our coming. I want our people to know exactly what we are doing here. So this is the photo.
Maybe skip it. Let's see the next photo.
Yeah, and the photo comes from Bon County, in Zota, and those of you that are here from Bon County, you are continuing to be dancing to politicians. You see, so Mark, I'm very confused even into this. I thought we have people here who have been trained, Liberians, who go out there to go learn, come back, study about soil and so on. So how come now the foreign people are just into this?
Because they see an opening, they see a free country that people don't pay attention, that they can exploit. that you got weaker laws and you got people who out of poverty will do anything. When we say on SKTV that politicians are eating into our people's children's future, they don't understand, but this is what we are talking about literally. You are not doing better right now. The people who are supposed to come after you 20 years from now, their future is being stolen right in front of you. You are not getting, even when you bring the so-called investor, you are not getting good return for your resource or your resources. And then you got people who are doing it illegally. Why you think they are pouring? Why you think the Burkina Faso are pouring to Labrador? Because they know gold is at an all-time high. Maybe gold is one commodity on any stock exchange that can never come down. It can only go up. Matter of fact, let me tell you something, right? I think that's some of the individuals that were arrested or something. Let me tell you something, Mabel. When the economy is doing bad, right, or doing badly, right, you know what people do? People take their money from the bank and buy gold because they understand that they will not be losing money. Because one of the things people don't understand about money is when you do economies and trading and investment, when you keep physical cash, because of inflation, you are losing money. If I was to give you $1 million today and you put in the bank for 5 years, 5 years from now, maybe that 1 million worth 800,000 or 900,000 because of inflation. But because gold can never come down, it can only adjust to inflation. People use gold as a reserve bank. So instead of keeping the physical cash in the bank, they go and buy the gold and hold the gold reserve on the exchange because they know that gold cannot come down, gold will keep going up. So if you got gold and people come to your country and exploit your country gold illegally, not only that, they cause a huge environmental disaster, make you sick by polluting your water with some toxic chemicals.
Oh, yes.
How many times can you punish one country, my brother, for the same?
How
many times in your country and you ain't getting nothing? And I can't blame the traditional chiefs and elders because everything is concentrated in Montserrat or Morovia.
There where I was coming. That's my question. That's my question to you, Monk, back to back.
Yes.
Let's be frank. We cannot only shift all the blames on the foreign people. What happened to our own three people? Oh, so all of them are turned into politicians? Because, Monk, let's be frank. Government cannot spend their resources or government spend our resources and send you out. Go out there and learn. You come back. Then even the government says that can even honor myself. Go ahead, Monk. The thing you're sorry for me. Go ahead, my brother.
What I'm saying here is you have been punished for one crime almost like 3 times. And I won't blame those traditional chiefs and elders. Like I said, everything comes down to job. Maybe when people got job, the reason you won't see this happening in other countries because people got means of living, right? Whether it's farm to market road project, whether it's about factory, whether it's about starting small kind of industry, right? It gives people job. When people can find means of getting income, they won't resort to this kind of a method. But you got one government that is 100% concentrated in Morovia. We abandon the rest of the country. We could care less about what happens in the rest of the country. If a petty manor came to the southeastern region or part of Bonkade and he can give those traditional chiefs and local chiefs some money, why make you think they'll tell them go and do what you can do because they must survive. Survival is part of human nature. You must find a way to survive. So I'm not going to sit here and blame the traditional chiefs who are giving the illegal miners access to land and the forest. No, they have to feed their children, and the whole country is only focused on Morovia. So
right here. All of our activities is right here.
Right here.
Why people are taking all of our resources. Look, you can't eat all. The mom just said you can't eat all of the resources. You got to keep some for your children. That's the kind of life. They ever will come here. We will eat some and leave some. But do we have seen things more? We don't even have reserve. We don't even have anything. Everything just going back to
everything is just about today. And nobody cares. Maybe as a foreigner, let's say if you're a Liberian, you ever to go to Ghana and take shower and put it in Ghanaian people's soil? You know what they will do to you in that country? No matter which part of Ghana you find yourself, they will not allow it to happen. I can understand if they will bring investors that will maybe trick their own 1 or 2 when it comes to a concession agreement. But I'm talking about, I bet you if you were to take 10 Liberians and say, let's go in some remote village in Ghana and go attempt to dig gold, they will kill you in that village. One of you will not survive. But guess what? People can see that soft opening into Liberia. They see the loopholes. They see the way that you can exploit the economy, the people. Even the central government could care less about what's happening around the country. Matter of fact, no job anyway. So why you think Burkina Faso of all countries they would decide to come to Liberia? You ever ask yourself that question? Why they would choose Liberia? Because
Burkina Faso, all of the names you've been hearing, Burkina Faso every time. Burkina Faso is Reju Mona before you come on quickly. Even in CVI.
Let me tell you.
The country, these people been there for years.
Let me tell you, Tony, how be in droves. Maybe. Muna, anyway, come here a little bit. I think I've been talking for a while. If you want to say something.
Muna, go ahead, Muna.
Look, Mabon, we are the cause of our own problems. We are the cause of our own problems in this country. Even this county, the citizens of this country who involved in mining business, they mean well for this country. Even the district for them mean well for the district. They're taking the minerals, but one development you can see. One development you can see. One development in this country. When you go inside, when you see their mining areas, the thing, they been here for working. You can see one change, one development in this kind of branch in the county. Before I even go outside. So what you expect? You will get an outsider coming. They're taking the same mineral, carrying it to their country, developing their countries. But we mean well for ourselves. We're making the money here. Grandchildren themselves, let's from that place here, making the money. But one development, when you go see their own district, you feel frustrated. Neighbor, it just disheartening, disgusting to see ourselves Liberians treating ourselves like this. We have the dynamo sitting here, but the light shining outside. The dynamo is here, the light shining outside. Their family outside enjoying good life, but they are even going their own town, they'll go out there and make big show, go in their own town, their own villages, their own district. You will say that the place, all the money you have, you're exploiting money for the place, the minerals, they go and damo. They go and damo. You know, it's just quite frustrating. It's just quite frustrating in this country because it's about time we ourselves look in the mirror. Because the lack of good governance, transparency, accountability, that was suffering us. We are contributing to our own sufferings. To see our own Liberians making money. Making money. You see the damo, they go. Then you go see where they're sleeping. What development? Some will be on one project for 10 years, they can't finish. But they're taking the minerals, they carry it. What do we expect? Then when we shave blinks, we're created to see all kinds of things, which of course will cause our own sufferings. We know what we can't think for once. With the money I'm making, okay, I'm in my own county, I'm in my own country. I'm doing this to help my country, to develop my country, develop my place and thing. But instead of taking that money, I'm carrying it outside. And when you even go see the place, I'm sleeping. It's not presentable. It's not presentable because the place I'm sleeping. Then when they call the money, when they call the minimum, when you see the damo, maybe when you see the damo, you will shed tears. Then the country is still not developed. The country where I work, we still struggling to survive. We have everything here. We have the minerals, we have everything here, but we're still struggling to survive. We're still struggling to excel. We're still struggling. We're still begging. When we have everything here, but the dynamo is sitting like but the light shining outside. What they have in our families? It's quite frustrating, man. What? No,
I want to ask you this question, Muna. I know how you feel, but let me ask you this question. When it comes to our elder people in some of the counties, especially from maybe from Grand Jile, let me just ask you this question because you were saying things that really touch my heart, and especially CVR is one of the examples that we can also use, that indeed people get rich at the detriment of the county, take all of the country resources and stay there, still living in makeshift and so forth. So let's move. Muna, should we blame the local leaders or the local leaders try their best? Because Muna, mind you, we're not used to see this thing before, where the local leader will talk and people come and override their decisions. But it's like the local leaders have tried their best, and maybe the central government say, you lead the people, let people have freedom. It's not for freedom. So who should we blame into all of these things? The local leader or the central government?
Maybe we blame ourselves. Maybe come in this country one day, right, and go CVR. Where people took minerals. It's not when you even see them, some of them can call them former money man. When you even go see, when you enter CVR now, where put the minerals from, when you see CVR, you feel frustrated. Neighbor. Come one day, Grand Gila County. Where put their money from? Where put start taking money from? They start doing mineral business. When they finish from the side, they don't suffer, they go outside. But yet and still, we still struggling in this county for development. We still struggling to survive. For the country to be developed. Some of them go in our district. You know, we are the cause of our own problems. Seriously, we need work for ourselves. Don't really want shit, please. Yeah,
Mona, thank you. Thank you. Let me ask Monk the follow-up question. Monk, in the midst of all of these things, you see our own people too. They are also part of all of the illegal money and so forth. Even well-known people all in this country, they are all part of all of this thing, Monk. But but again, Monk, well, you just listen to Muna. People take the country resources instead of them developing. Right now, as we speak, some of them right now that on some of the gold mines, right now they are betting 10,000. Some of them they are buying beer 500. Look, that's how they behave. Muna, no, that's how they behave on the gold mines. They spend the money like in fact tomorrow morning they will go and get another money. So for them, they can spend even 1,000 for one bottle of beer. They don't mind. So, Mom, what say you in the midst of all of these things? The foreign people, the citizen yourself, everybody just doing anything they want to do.
Well, it's not only about the illegal money, it's all about the extra cost, the unseen cost that you won't recognize right now. Because you don't forget, physical or natural resources diminishes over time, right? It's not something that can come back. So if they say you got diamond and you mine that diamond mine, when the diamond mine is empty, that's it. You can tell with companies like LMC that were in Bombing County and the bomb mines and all most of the companies, they emptied the mounds, and when there was nothing there, they packed their bag and they left. But guess what? They created more jobs on the other end in the West, and they created more factories. They produce more product out of that same iron ore that you take for granted in Liberia. The same thing will go. And let me just tell you the reason why you found more Burkina be coming to Liberia. In Burkina Faso, the president, the one reason why people is hailing him around the world, he's trying to do business too in another way. He stopped this mining of diamond and other precious mineral in Burkina Faso because they told him, bro, gold is the reserve currency for the whole world. Every central bank, every paper currency you see out there that is circulating in the world is being backed by gold. So gold is a reserve currency. It's one thing that even the late Gaddafi came away in how they call it in Libya, right? So people are not only against investor, country just want more for their buck. If I'm giving you my diamond, my brother, it should be mutual understanding and partnership. I cannot keep giving you resources while you keep getting richer and richer, and my people keep getting poorer and poorer. So what people are doing now, because they know gold is very expensive, so they come to Liberia, Burkina Faso, because they know when they carry to Burkina Faso, they won't get the exact price, but they will still get more money because the government is trying to build her own gold reserve by turning it into bullion and then using it as collateral to either borrow more money or to make more investment, future investment. So that's why now you see in the next thing, I bet you if you go to the southeast in some other remote forest, you will see Ghanaians there too, because they know what gold means now in their country. So
they are there. They are there, Mo, you are correct. They are there.
They are looking for places where you can get it cheaper and illegal. If an ounce of gold costs almost $3,400, if I can come to Liberia and get 1 or 2 pounds of gold illegally, even if I make $3,000, isn't that enough profit?
So that means next to drugs, is it gold?
Yeah.
In short, what Monk is saying.
Yeah.
Some people say, oh yeah, drugs get fast money, drugs get this. So next to
they got fast money. And recently, let me tell you something. We read an article on the show. I don't know if you can remember.
Oh, yeah.
There was time that even timber was selling high on the stock market. It was trading higher. Do you know that Ghanaians, they came to buy some logs from Liberia and carry to Ghana? Because there was shortage of log in Ghana. You know, Ghana is a savanna land. Ghana is not as fertile as Liberia. We got some thick and dense rainforest in Liberia. Liberia and Africa got some of the thickest rainforest in West Africa, right? Ghana, you cannot make the case for Ghana. So Ghana were coming to Liberia and getting cheaper timber and taking it back to Accra to go and build their homes and other stuff. The question is, what are we getting in return? It's not. Look, maybe I don't know how to explain it because it's so frustrating.
And quickly before we go for the news bulletin, that's the question there, Mo. Yes. What are we going to get in return? Because most of these people, some they spend 5 years, the money just say somebody come and they will come 10 years, and after that, the company take what they want to take. And in some of the villages or towns, no school, no hospital, nothing, no electricity, nothing. But the people thinking, oh, recently they're gone. They're gone. And all you do now is to just be crying out and be waiting for government and be waiting for God times. Because that's all we good at doing. We are good at praying, praying, praying. But you have all of the resources, but you keep praying. But again, folks, we are about to go for the news bulletin. Trust me, we'll come back. We're going to continue with the show up to 8 o'clock. But at 7:50, 7:20, or 7:30, we're going to activate the line so that you too can also be part of the show this evening. Again, this is the SKTV show right here on 2FM this break, and be right back. So Muna, Sheikh, and that of the rest of the team, we are going for the news break.
All right, catch you guys later in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Example and follows policy and rules to improve our souls. Regular deals. Policy is next.
Good evening, RCR News Bulletin at 7. I'm Nakita Roberts presenting. Environmental Protection Agency threatens to shut down construction companies involved in illegal mining activities across the country. Head of the National Office of the West African Examinations Council in Liberia condemns unauthorized collection of flexibility fees from 12th graders ahead of the regional exams. Criminal could see sentence Erin B. Niplo, program manager of the Planned Parenthood Association of Liberia, to 10 years in prison for economic sabotage. And out of Liberia, hundreds of opposition protesters condemned a decision by Ghana's president to suspend the country's chief justice, demanding that she be reinstated. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Criminal Court George Blamudesin has sentenced Erin B. Niplo, program manager of the Planned Parenthood Association of Liberia, to 10 years in prison after a guilty verdict for economic sabotage. Niplo has been ordered to repay over 200,000 and fined 300, covering illicit payments for a Peritha vehicle, Ford Everest SUV, laptops, catering services, and youth programs. The ruling stems from an indictment by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, which charged Niplo with theft, illegal disbursement of public funds, misuse of property, fraud, and criminal conspiracy. Her conviction followed a July 2024 jury verdict that implicated multiple officials in a sweeping financial scandal. Though she requested a separate trial, the court ultimately found her guilty alongside Miata KK Kojolo, Ernest Voba, Peter Collins, and William Gibson. The case underscores one of Liberia's most shocking public sector fraud conviction in recent history. The head of the National Office of the West Africa Examination Council in Liberia has strongly condemned the unauthorized collection of flexibility fees from 12th graders ahead of the regional exams. Dele Goto clarified that WACS does not charge any flexibility fees and cautioned both students and parents against paying money to individuals claiming to be that's claiming to offer exam-related assistance. Boto called on students sitting for this year exams to report any individual or school authorities requesting such payment to his office. The wax box also one school fund organizing study camps to have their results cancelled as he pleaded with school administrators to avoid the act of camping. He meanwhile disclosed that Liberian candidate will sit for the West African Senior School certificate examination beginning May 15th to June 10th, 2025. The executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo, has threatened to shut down concessions companies involved in illegal mining. Dr. Yapawolo termed as unacceptable and a violation companies operating without EPA license. Addressing journalists in Barkleyville, Grand Creek County on Monday, EPA's boss noted that to ensure compliance, EPA has commenced a nationwide compliance monitoring tool of concessions areas across the country. According to him, the EPA has discovered a violation against the EPA permit, thus threatening to close down companies using unregulated chemicals to carry out mining. Dr. Yapawolo, among other things, disclosed plans for the establishment of an EPA office in Grand Creek County and the groundbreaking of a coastal defense in Greenville, Stano County on May 13 as means of preventing the state from being swept away by the ocean. 32 health practitioners departed Liberia today to participate in a 2-week seminar on public health and health standards in Shindong, southeastern China. The training is scheduled to take place from May 9th to the 22nd, 2025. According to a health ministry press release, the seminar is fully sponsored by the government and the People's Republic. The government of the People's Republic of China and forms part of a strategic cooperation between Liberia and China to enhance the healthcare delivery system in Liberia. The program aims to expose Liberian health professionals to international best practices and innovation in public health. Speaking during the pre-departure briefing at the Ministry of Health on Monday, Assistant Minister for Corrective Services, Dr. Tawed Sakin Mole, assured the ministry's commitment to capacity building and global cooperation. That's collaboration. He revealed that the seminar will allow participants to gain first-hand insights into China's health system, innovations, and standards. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health has extended gratitude to the Chinese government for its continuous support to Liberia's health sector. In an official communication, the ministry expressed confidence that the selected participants will utilize the training to help modernize and revitalize the country's health sector. The Minister of Information has disclosed that the country is expected to host the President of Barbados on May 8, 2025. Information Minister Jerry Mackpia said the visit of Barbados President Sandra Mason comes after both countries established diplomatic relations under the stewardship of Foreign Affairs Minister Sarah Besloyanti. According to him, in April of this year, the Barbados ambassador to Liberia and Ghana presented her letter of credence to President Joseph Walker as a way of strengthening new diplomatic relations. Minister Pia noted that the letter of credence to Liberia is in line with Liberia's foreign policy goals to enhance engagement with her counterparts. Information Minister Pia disclosed that the three-day visit of the Barbados President to Liberia will include the signing of a bilateral agreement, including series of activities in Liberia. Pia made the disclosure at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Information Minister Jerry Mackpia has labeled the opposition as a group of desperate and frustrated individuals who have nothing to offer the Liberian people. Minister Pia said the government is aware of the plans by those individuals who are opting to create chaos under the Boubacar Conde administration. Pia said those individuals with such desperate plans to make the country ungovernable should not be celebrated, Speaking at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing on Tuesday, Minister Pierre Methin that President Bouakai remains committed to improving the lives of Liberians. According to him, the government will continue to expose what he termed as the opposition evil plans to tarnish the reputation of the government. He added that those individuals do not care about the level of progress being made by the Bouakai government, but are focused on tearing down the government. The Director General of the Liberia National Fire Service, Wazual Bavul, is recommending better welfare for firefighters in the country. Director Bavul noted that firefighters are people who are on the front lines whenever there is a fire outbreak in communities. As such, their health and well-being are to be prioritized by citizens and national government. The Liberia National Fire Service boss thanked the legislative and executive branches of the Liberian government for the initial support to the entity, but appealed for more support aimed at constructing fire service stations and the acquisitions of equipment for active response. Speaking Monday during the celebration of International Firefighters Day held under the theme Your Service Counts, Director Wazual Bahu disclosed that Moserado and its surrounding alone need about 7 fire stations. Meanwhile, Director Bavu used the medium to pay special homage to firefighters in Liberia for their countless sacrifices over the years. Finance Minister Augustine Gaffwan has commended the Ministry of Public Works for the level of work done in making sure that streets are paved throughout the country. Minister Gaffwan said the Ministry of Public Works has certified his desired, but cautioned Minister Roland Giddens to do more because the Liberian people want to see an easy access throughout the country. Minister Gaffwan made the commendation during a meeting between the management team of the Ministries of Public Work and the Ministry of Finance aimed at deep diving into the challenges in obtaining funds in implementing projects in the country. The finance minister assured the Ministry of Public Works that all will be done to obtain funding for road projects and disclosed that similar deep diving will take place at the Ministries of Health, Agriculture, and Education in subsequent days. The National Executive Committee of the Grand Truwing Party has rejected the vote of no confidence passed by its national chairman, Reginald Goodrich. On Monday, several members of the National Executive Committee of the Truwing Party held a press conference passing a vote of no confidence in Reginald Goodrich as national chairman. But addressing a press conference held in Monrovia on Tuesday, the former national treasurer of the TWP, Babington Coleman, described the meeting in which the vote of no confidence was passed in Regina Goodrich as illegal and unconstitutional. According to Coleman, most of those who signed the resolution are no more members of the Truwing Party, and their tenure in various positions have expired. And out of Liberia now, the BBC is reporting that hundreds of opposition protesters dressed in red and black have condemned a decision by Ghana's president to suspend the country's Chief Justice and are demanding that she be reinstated with immediate effect. They accuse President John Mahama of violating the constitution by failing to follow due process and say he is interfering in the independence of the judiciary. Gertrude Tukurnan was removed from her post last week pending investigations into her conduct. The first time a Chief Justice has been suspended in Ghana's history. Action was taken after the president said 3 people had sent petitions to him containing undisclosed allegations against the Chief Justice. To end this newscast, a recap of the top stories we have been following. Environmental Protection Agency threatens to shut down concessions companies involved in illegal mining across the country. Head of the National Office of West African Examination Council in Liberia condemns unauthorized collection of flexibility fees from 12th graders ahead of the regional exams. Criminal Code C sentenced Erin B. Niplo, program manager of the Planned Parenthood Association of Liberia, to 10 years in prison for economic sabotage. And away from Liberia, hundreds of opposition protesters condemned the decision by Ghana's president to suspend the country's chief justice, demanding that she be reinstated. That's our CR News Bulletin at 7 at Benakita Robert.
International here in the township of West Point. What is your name, first of all? Yeah, Susan. Yeah, say something about your child being raped allegedly by Pastor Chris.
I want for Pastor Chris to go in jail for him raping my daughter. Because he already swore my daughter official. He like she me child. All the training what they do with me. He can see them, he will work in Sydney.
You're living in the same house?
Yes. We live in the same house. There they do. The next one, because the 3 rooms online. My daughter, the theater.
Wow.
We live in the same house.
Okay.
And you want water, you see the leg, and you want water to see and you see the leg.
It's our best to join our team right here on Truth FM on the SKTV show. So many things to talk about, so many things happening to rich country, poor people. All of us, we are poor. We are down, and in fact, we were dangling and swimming, and we're dying because of poverty. Up to now, nurses, doctors, people, security officers, all of the people are still making 100, 150, 125, and so forth. And that's the kind of salaries that people get. But while other people, by the time people come in this country in less than few months, 1 year time, they tend to millionaire. I don't know, but maybe as time go by, we'll look at some of these happening, back to back. But again, let me see my team member, whether they are set and ready. I know Muna is already here. Mark will join us very, very soon. Check setting up. But my Muna will back after the news bulletin. I don't know whether you follow. If you follow, what you get from there?
Yeah, maybe I follow the news. It just seems that the whole week my way in our country does follow the news and thing about the doctors and thing, nurses, all of that. Yeah, they see old story in Liberia. Maybe everybody come on and we can see our best to go to land soon and hear from our people.
All right, good, Mona. Thank you for that. But Mark, I don't know whether you follow the news bulletin. If you do, because I know you I saw you posting back to back.
Yeah, I'm back again. I know you follow that news bulletin.
Well, I know. But yeah, but I don't know whether check you follow. If so, because I was also hearing in the news bulletin that the EPA boss, right, Yabagolo, threatened to, I don't know, to shut down illegal, I don't know whether the war should be threatened or these illegal miners should be shutting down by now. But instead of putting out like, okay, we're sending warning out. But check, what say you?
My man, the whole thing, the whole illegal money issue is even our lawmakers who in our house, part of the whole thing. The people gotta go quick. They gotta go money in the bushes. Nobody, not paying tax to government don't know about it. It will shock you that even they speak up, even the quote unquote 2 speakers we're talking about, Reggie Kun, Fernando Kova, they got companies in the very bushes. They put illegal money. They don't care. They say we are speaker, we are government official. Don't worry, nobody will do nothing to you. You do what you want to. In the bushes, only thing I want that money. They put it, they take that people money, they go to spend it, they put in the bushes, they put do everything they want to do. They put not get time for anything. So the whole thing is the government itself, they into it, the official of government into it deeply. How it be minimized. It will not go down easily. So the only thing we can do is the people who think that they have to post out the government official, nobody come to building. You have to move for again more than 15, 20 trucks, holding low from place to place. Imagine. Then that would then come in post out the 18 now. For that cover, get it, go quick. They made them holding that thing a whole day. Eh? Maybe, man. What you think what is happening? They love because they get money. They holding thing.
So you are saying that. So you are saying that some of the lawmakers that Thomas Father truck have been used also to even transport, even the go or the sand and everything. So they will
go to Bomi Kante. Go Bomi. Yeah, Bomi. Go to Bomi Kante. They try to pass it over there from Bomi to Monrovia. Someone for get more than 20 to 25 trucks. For Nadi Kofa. You didn't want to begin a confusion. Someone for Nadi Kofa. All that businesses in Bomi County now. Yeah. The Western Coastal. No foreign person get their material in a Bomi County beside the lawmakers. The two people. Like we are part of the only that Bomi County there concerning the businesses they're doing. The two lawmakers. Someone for the cover. It brings serious problem between two of them. Yeah. In Bomi. Who own materials? Who own the law? Who talk? The other time the government announced that bridge, Simba Bridge about to break down. Very soon. That Simba Bridge is a serious light right now. The president went in Europe, before the president could come back, why is 200,000? Why is 200,000? For not to cover his Cody, they want to rob about the president.
Well, thank you, Sheikh Mark. So,
they put it into it seriously, so that our lawmakers should make sure and stay away from the illegal money. They don't make up the illegal money more.
Well, Mark, if you just listen to Sheikh, I think what Sheikh is saying that those reserves are supposed to be there for the country, because mind you, if each of the trucks, maybe the trucks have been paid even 500 USD per day. So if you time maybe that time month, maybe time years, the kind of money that's supposed to be there as a reserve for our children. Okay, so somebody say we should have ever. No, this impact is just facts. For what he's saying about trucks, so many lawmakers renting trucks, nothing happened. In fact, someone I mean renting buses. They are fast. Into all of these. They are into.
Fast.
No, I come in.
You see that way.
I come in.
I go to the lines.
I went to Kemo.
No, Muna go to the line, please.
You see that
go to the line.
I made damage. No trucks, no chill-ups. You can't talk about facts.
Yes, so Monk.
You don't be there.
Well, that's what we say. That's what we keep saying. The country is a lost cause because you don't know where the solution will come from. Either way, yep. Either way, you don't know where the solution will come from. They just go on bagger, the counter-attack call them. But my brother, what he's saying is the truth. Those guys will steal from the national budget. They buy trucks, they buy equipment, they create fake corporations or fake companies, they give themselves contract, they get kickback. So why you think, like I said, why make you think that those traditional chiefs and elders that in the local villages will want to be the one to stand the ground for the government or on behalf of the country? It's not going to work. Because even the people that are in elected office, they are still milking you. They are milking you in every way, shape, or form. That's why in Liberia, it's almost like when you're in government, it's like who wants to be a millionaire? It's a competition about themselves. Why you will be there struggling for the longest. That's just why it is. And we don't need fight. What he's saying is 100% truth. It's been verified independently. We know that. It's not the first thing. Even on road contract, they get contracts on road. The trucking, the transportation issue, the beer mountain, they all renting their own trucks and getting rich of it. The vice president is one of the main corporate. It's the game. That's just how the game is. They won't stop getting rich every day. Whether it's illegal money, whether it's transportation, whether it's about iron ore, whether any way they can get the money, they're going to get the money. That's just why it is, my brother.
So quickly, we'll go to the line by 7:30. So, yeah.
Wait till the town chiefs are not complaining for salary. Wait till the town chiefs are not complaining for salary. They both get a salary through illegal money. When these people go there, when these lawmakers have gone there, say, we will make sure we pay you have a government salary. The town chiefs don't get time for salary now because they're getting a salary through the illegal money. While the lawmakers bring it to them. You see what the town chiefs are complaining for? We are in the market, we see them. I don't want to.
And you making sense. Check. Let me tell you. No, check. Look, shall I join you and say, yes, indeed, you are making sense? Because if it were not so, but now they're supposed to be protesting and putting their quote unquote devil there, they have, everything and the traditional thing to put it outside. Because if you know very well that some of the company or some of the money company that are in your town or villages or bushes they're not doing well, they're not being in school. Because let me tell you, to our people, the first thing of every company is their social corporate responsibility. They should be able to provide all of these things for you because we are a struggling country that is not developed. So no matter what come to your country and and just take all of your resources and just go free. No. So the first thing after they and the government agreement, when they come, even in that agreement, you should also be part of that agreement 100% and tell your government or your central government what you want. You want school, especially decent school. It's not just any kind of school, decent school, hospitals, good roads, electricity. All these things should be embedded into that agreement. But Washa is saying the reason why these things are happening today, government almost like the USAID program, right? The people that send it, they eat their own. They put it here, they eat their own. They put who going to do the labor, they eat their own. Until everybody eat until at the end of the day, only 1% will reach out to the needed. That's the kind of society that we're living in. So Sheikh is right. Because the government will eat your own. Thomas Father there and the rest of the people there, they had a part of click, they will do everything. Can you imagine? What kind of money these people still looking for? What kind of money? You become lawmakers almost 4 times. What kind of money?
What kind of money? Go bombing. Someone for the highest trucks in bombing country. You know me that I want that trucks to pay. You know me one of that trucks to pay as a government revenue, but they're not paying nothing to government revenue to improve the life of other citizens. They go to bribe those chiefs, they bribe those city mayors and other people. 1 cent they put not paying. Imagine one may get money 30 trucks. Now I begin about to be here and after the government when you see the CDC, they split it between 2 and 8. That somebody did not begin to hold it. You're not know Jonesy. You're saying that more than I don't know what's going on, but we know what's going on. He bought me there. That's my area. That's my home. I know what's going on.
Well, thank you, my brother. I don't know what maybe Muna want to chip in. If
like what you are saying, right? Like what you are saying. Once they both getting money from those illegal miners, right? You won't see their also. But the day no money coming, they put their also. That whole day everybody is. But the moment the miners get together, they come to them, they get in their package. All is well. Then we are suffering for drinking water, no good drinking water, healthcare, the education system is just everything upside down because when they get something from those miners, everything is okay, no protesting, no del also. But when nothing is not coming, they put the also. 2-3 days isa.
So your own resources that are supposed to benefit you. You are showing your hand like this. You're begging. Oh, you're begging me some. What? God be God. Look, sometimes when I sleep or if I want to lay down, I can be thinking as to what kind of people are we? Especially some of us, our home. The entire mountain has already been damaged. The money just these people don't want to make come up because they finish taking what they want to take. They finish. You take something down again. Me, I'm still woman. In fact, I'm still adapting because all of these children from right here in Liberia, those people or scholars that the people send out there to go and study about land, study about this and that. When they come, they turn to politicians. So you see where we're heading to today as a country. So we always have to depend on foreign people to come here and tell us to whether we get resources or not. Anything they say, now what we're going back. When they say, yeah, you'll get 10 diamonds here. Well, what are 50 diamonds there? All we know that 10 diamonds. Look, Jesus, by the way, Mona, Monk, maybe you want to say something quickly before we go to the line because for me, I think this type of thing.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. We can go to the line.
Yeah. So Mona, any of you can go to the line quickly and take calls. Either Mona or Sheikh, any of you.
Yeah, but let me give a Muna today, man. Muna, start a call segment.
Yes, yeah, talk calls. So maybe you want to start. I don't know. Can you hear from that side or what?
Okay, no problem. Let me start from my end. I get off my phone maybe on this time because we're getting open line and post start calling so for that I get off the whole phone. Let it be off until they ready to put it on. So I put it on. So long because the show will be calling all day. No way to stop. So let me put it on now and start taking calls. Yeah, man. The thing this thing. 0772566515.
It is indeed rich country, poor people.
0772566515. 0772566515. 0887224214. More worry about the baga game. More y'all go out today. Baga going out. Don't you? They show here. Don't. Now what's still not on the show today for me? I know today baga play still not on the show. 0772566515. 0772566515 and 0887224214. Let me go to the line to the very first caller. Good evening. Thank you, Abba Dekwana Yeda, 0772 566 0772-566-515 is the number to put it to. Listening to us this evening. Let me hear from this caller. Let me see. I can take this caller. Good evening to you. Good evening. For where? Glaston? Zuastan, district number 8 or district 9? Okay, let's hear you from district 9. Okay. You get a boy driver, you eat it, right? Yeah. Okay. 0772-566-515 0887224214 is the number to put it through. More worry. You don't mean I'll put her out. Anything you do more to that, my job we can go. So 0772-566-515. That was still not on the show for today because we need back again. So 0772-566-515. Why your corner, but maybe in the meantime, I don't know for your end. You can take it for your end in the meantime while we're still waiting. We can be taking it up Muna.
All right, that's good. Yeah, so indeed, if you get calls, also tell us if you have calls. The number usually is 0770 203-125. That's a number to call right here in studio. Yes,
Okay, I
in
think I
the
got a
nation.
call. I think I got a
Okay.
call. I think I got
All
a
right, go
call.
ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good evening to the panelists this evening.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Makomi where I do join the conversation from our resident guest room.
Let's hear you.
My input with respect to the Burkina Faso, my brother, I can show you that people in the next 4 months will see citizen Africa and there is a birth certificate from there to be a Liberian. Trust me, in the next 4 months, they are having hands up these people when they are killed on the back. So you don't just go on losing. You will soon notice that for instance, you will reserve them to go cause violence or to use them to cancel protesters to beat them that because they get me identified. Then I thought that the true story, that's how the kind of business will start to with them. But so the other brother on the other side, I want to show them our brother who for the next man that will, black and play. They get there before divide the country to 3 different zones.
Okay, yes, because in making point, the government have pronounced, the president have pronounced that few months from now, anybody before doing business with no private or maybe national bank of Liberia should be a citizen, you get citizen card. So
yes, I think we'll look at that. I know executive order 147, right?
Executive order thing.
Everybody should get me. I understand how would everybody should get
the Burkina Faso, everybody will get Adiga or citizen card before you go to the bank, get money and put it in your pocket. You got to get citizen card. What kind of country is this, neighbor? That will not understand anything now. When they pay you, we go in the morning, see yourself looking good. Just go, thank you, and see yourself in Liberia.
Oh yes, because they are saying according to that I know order executive order 147. Those of you who can interpret, you please go and interpret well before I say I really want. But our team, according to what I read or maybe listen to, is said that everybody should have a citizen ID card. Make sure that you have that biometric, right?
It's another. You gotta bring it on. We're gonna talk about it. One of these days, serious.
Yes, but let me go to the line.
Yeah,
let me go to the line to take this call. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, my dear.
This is Louis from Bushwa Island. How you guys doing?
We're okay, the Chief. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the analysis, and I like to give it up to my man Mong always for speaking truth to power. It's important. The government has to tolerate criticism. In fact, it's a strong element of democracy. It's just that we should be constructive. We should be decorous in pushing our criticism for raining insult on our national leaders. However, if we do a comparative analysis, we say one like rather go forward. Go to Ivory Coast and get to neighboring country Senegal. Maybe the national biometric for all residents is in other country. If you're Lebanese, it's spell out your status. If you're from Burkina Faso, it's spell out your status. If you're from South Africa, if you are Liberia, it's spell out your status on your biometric, on your citizen national ID.
Well, how the system would be like?
Yeah, you're gonna say if for example, you're from Nigeria and you get your ID, national ID, your status and citizenship, Nigerian spell out on it. If you're from Cameroon and you got it. When you go to the bank, if you go for interaction with police arrest you, that's no. Call for questioning. You will display your national identity. They look at it and say, oh, Senegalese, John Brown, how they call it, Togo, Melbourne, Liberian. You introduce it.
All right, we'll bring that topic maybe on tomorrow or maybe other days. So that moves straight to what we've been discussing. That one I just passing, maybe passing.
Well, that's all wet. That's all wet. We'll go look at Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso. I beg you, man.
I asked my man from labor, he said, Pony, I said, what's his status? Employment or unemployment? The boy couldn't get to me. He right in the statistics department, labor. He can't get to me. So it's a form of tracking. If you're Indian, it's very out there, Indian, with your name on it. And I think it's better in tracking as resident dwelling in our country, both citizen, foreign national as well.
So can we now do it so quickly? Since you call on this, let me ask you: can we now do it in a very better way instead of just maybe on a executive order way? You think that would be good?
The executive order can be extended. The president just extended the war economic crime code. It can be extended. They have a lifespan of a year, annually,
Yes.
1 year period.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll get rid of the fresh out here, and as time go forward, we see it. It also helps government in raising revenue. The problem with the government is that one of those revenue will be used for the intended purpose.
Hey, you're not rich up
Government want to raise millions of dollars out of it.
All right, thank you.
Should be channeled to the forward march of our people. That's the problem. It's a good framework. It's a good policy. It's a good methodology.
Thank you, Chairman. Most of our revenue has been spent on salaries, benefits, and so forth. So that one part is not handling for you to know. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, people, and let me say good evening to the rest of the panelists there.
Yeah.
This is David King, and I do join you from my Chimenote resident. You see, people, the illegal money yesterday during President Weah time, they were being politicized. People said President Weah had ties with Ghana, so there were a lot of Ghanaians in all of our butchers and are doing illegal money. So today now, I don't know as to whether Mr. Bwaka too also have a tie with the Ghanaian government, because what we see now, the illegal money have been intensified and the period time. Like my brother just said it right. Sheikh just said it right. The reason you are not seeing the town chief, the clan chiefs, and that of the paramount chiefs and things making noise about not taking salary, when the money come, they go to the chiefs, and the chiefs will give them the right way to go and mine. And as they do that money, they go to them with a turkey. So even the government pay the town chief of the clan chief of the paramount chiefs, what the man getting as a turkey in because then what and the government going to pay. With the issue of the environmental you guys talk about.
No, we just pass through with that, but I think we'll take our own time on that.
Passing through with it.
Yeah.
But you see, these guys are so desperate for money that will not benefit all, but rather to pay their pocket fat. And this is why, if you want this thing to be legal, go through the legislature. You already have the regime speaker. Go through the legislature.
All right, thank you so much. Let me go to Sis Miata. Sis Miata, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. How are you?
We okay. Thank God for life.
What's that?
Yes, I said we are okay though. Thank God for life.
Yes, I've been listening to you guys, and I listen all the time. But here's what struck me and why I call, and I want to pose this to each one of you. And to your audience calling, whether it's Muna or Chet or yourself from Monrovia and the vicinity, we talk about the same thing over and over and over. We all know the problem, but I never hear anybody call, or you guys, even who doing the reporting, making a suggestion. Yes, one always come out. But I think the question to be asked is if you are unhappy with what is going on, whether it's about the Burkina Bees in the villages and town, which Muna and I know, because we're on the radio 5 days a week on Top FM teaching our people. I'll be up 4 o'clock in the morning. You guys don't know that. Like you, labor, but most are in New Jersey. I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock to get ready to be on the show from 4, 5, 6, 7, which is from 8 to 12, 5 days a week, teaching our people. Our people do not know the things that you guys are talking about. We are getting frustrated because we expect something of them. How do you expect something of somebody that does not know about anything or know about that thing?
So where are we?
You practice what you see. You practice the people in the village and town that you're talking about from the chief. When whether is speak of Atlantic Copa or all the rest of the people who have the farm and have Burkina Bees, when they go there, what do they tell the people? What have the people learned? The only thing people know from them is running MONTY. So what else is there for the
All right.
They have these people working for them on the farm.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the points. I know, but you're talking about suggestions. Yeah, but quickly, I know you're talking about suggestions. So yeah, so go ahead. Maybe you want to suggest.
A lot of people tell us what it is that they think we should do. How should we approach it? Because they are the one being harmed by this. Is there anything that they want to learn? How can we teach them?
All right. Thank you so much.
You know, things that we
Let me break mom, let me break your heart. Breaking news for mom. The lady Barcelona 1-0. And there's a penalty check for Inter Milan now.
Yeah, the penalty been giving me a monitoring.
All right, Mama, thank you.
When they scored that penalty at 2-0.
All right, thank you, man, thank you. The people that have the power and the security that they want, they are settled, they all into it. So it's not easy question though. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yo, we had that now.
Yeah. Rich country, poor people. I said rich country, poor people.
I don't know that is the civil center for both candidates information I heard that she went, she took a drastic step and arrested some Burkina Faso and to cut the written them. Maybe that lady, maybe she is a civil center for the whole year, my whole life in this country. She has done well. Maybe why people will come and they can't take people for it? Maybe that you never will go other countries, just going somebody for over a toilet be aware.
But they said knock and the door shall be open. Maybe the people knock and you people open the door. No, don't say that. Hello, my young man. Hello. All right. No, don't say that yet. The Burkina Faso, they are everywhere in Liberia. They're not only in Nigeria. Let me just correct you on that. And to those kind of statements, you can be one person that follow this show a lot and we respect you. You call and just make statements. What are the people that the Ghanaian president sent out? He not accused any state to say you are the one that caused the people or you no. He said all of you should leave. Let me tell you, the security, you blame the security. As long as the central government gave room to all of these things, it will happen. That to say Miata. That's the thing here. For me, we'll blame the central government because why? The central government been too weak, and also they are also into this thing because they are benefiting. So what will the common man do? Because man, you in their life, we have something they call whistleblower, right? Maybe get the information and reach out to the security. Security people come and no hey, no tay, they go. The group of people, they look at me, they look at you. And you're calling police. Go call police again, but that police can't. We don't want to know how to deal with them. Do you think next time I go call police, Muna?
You can't call police again.
So that's the point. That's the point. So we will all talk and say, yeah, maybe our people, they've been opening up to the people, but because maybe they have been overwhelmed. Because they have been overwhelmed. So not do that also, and also, for me, I blame the central government 100% because of their deeds, and also because some of them too, they have their own companies that Muna said back to back. So that move, keep a call coming 0770 203125. Zero 770-203-125. That's the number for you to call. Check if you have called it.
Let me announce my number 0772-566-515. 0772-566-515. You can call me also. We'll take it from the end. But it's serious. We're gonna be not just in Grand County. In Nima is one of the issues. In fact, they have killed in Nima County before in the Vera forest and bushes because of the issue of land business.
Yeah, so let me go to this line, share quickly and take this call. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Okay, go ahead.
When you go to St. Paul Bridge, when you 11 o'clock, you will see the truck man that are more than 100. All the men are what they done at Blue Lake. 3 months they part-time construction work and you go around. And it will good. And a small truck. When you only in the net again move, when you let it work, the whole road can be took. That whole bridge, they can allow a crossing 4 bridge will be crossing 1 until. So then they have to try hard for us because we can do something for the country, for Australia. Then our children, those who call them representatives who voted for them, they are not even here for the citizens, only for their own pocket. What the citizens of the cities are where they live in. People who live around there, they live here, only for their own pocket. So I beg you, your future for us.
And that's the point. Rich country, poor people, you born in darkness, you grow in darkness, you born your children in darkness, they too, they get old in darkness and die in darkness. And that's the kind of society we live in. Hello to this caller, good evening. Yeah, my dear, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Good.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know. I want to provide you a sensitive information after the show.
All right, so call me on this number immediately after the show, okay?
Okay, yeah. So let me make my point.
Yeah.
These booking and these we are talking about. Do you think they are too numerous for officials? Look, if there was a period in other countries and this thing is going on, but now Aaron is talking about contacting the Liberian government to get their citizens, or they have already found deportation. But people are in our country as if they do not have country, or in their country there is no government. Our government will be crying. We cannot be in this other country. They are doing this. The last time it was River G. When 3 tribes went into travel war, everyone is 3 sessions, but rather from the Ghost tribe went into travel war. We're talking about one country. The people look for the southeast, they have already entered bomb. The people want side of the country because it's like during the days of the Israelites, when King Pharaoh said the Israelites were getting too numerous for them, why our people can apply, they send diplomatic and stuff and ask Ibrahim to come and pick it up the people or get it out of the place. Our people were in Ghana. The Ghanaian government ensured that they wanted their area and they get it from there.
Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you so much, my dear brother. I think you crossed over almost 2 minutes. So let's call up quickly, then I'll cross over to my team because I got to go. No time. Hello. Okay.
Let me apologize to my brother from Grandia. They are all our in-laws. Let me apologize to them, people. So now the way I want you to be, I want them to be kind of frustrating man of people. Our foreign, why people can't enforce it? I need our foreign people to be doing illegal money. So that woman taking a kind of bold step to arrest illegal money in the country. You see what we are doing? I think that woman wants to become senator for Bongande. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. I joined to also to say some of our leaders, and indeed they are the ones that make us understand the way we sound. But again, let me apologize on his behalf. Yeah, we agree. But people that's open when you sit down and see they are still looking the way it look. For me, it is indeed frustrating that even some of the countries even have leaders, because no need for some of the countries even to be having leaders. Where in this world you be having people that's open that been into the legislature for more than
that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. These people they just sit in hours, nothing they do, nothing they do for the country.
When I hear open and buying the legislature,
and thing
Muna, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about, Muna?
Grandia is one of the poorest. It's one of the poorest county in Liberia. Up to date or up to now, people are still living in makeshift. People are still using pipe. Can you imagine? Let me tell you something today. I'm born in Papa's house. I grew up. Let me just say that way. I grew up in Papa House. Up to now, Papa House stay in Grand Jide. Look, when I think about people, sometimes I can be thinking that I don't know whether these things are normal or they just decide to just treat their own life the way they want to. Well, that's it. But Mona, you gotta go. We gotta go sell my mini.
And that country, the neighbor, that country that one of the country that the illegal money is very serious in Grand Jide country, that particular country, because they get nothing to do. That country is very poor to the extent that they get no resources besides illegal money. They see we have been in trouble.
Come in. It's a mongrel.
Go ahead, Mona. Let's hear you. I will close up.
Maybe I should come in.
Go ahead, Mona. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
After that, Monk.
No, I mean, one of the callers said it right. Like, it's becoming frustrating. It's stressful. Every time you come on the radio, you got nothing better to talk about this country. People accept everything in that country to be normal. And at a certain point in time, like, people will just end up throwing the towel. That's where we are coming to. And she said it right. I don't know how to say it. The same people you elected into office, they rob you from your national budget. They come and open companies in their name, fake companies. They buy logistics. They use it to get rich more. They will sit there and do illegal money on the side with other foreigners that come into your country and rob you of your future. And at the end of the day, you will still go and vote their own travel land. So why is happening in the Southeast is the same thing we just saw in Nima County. No, the people themselves, they don't care. So if the elected official cannot hold these illegal miners accountable, if we will even bring investors into the country and we can get better of our resources, we are destroying the environment, everything, eating into the children's future. What more can you say, my brother? One day, maybe just one day by luck, maybe Labyrinth as a whole will get ready for something better. But until then, I don't see where it's going to come from. That's why I keep telling you guys, the transformation of Liberia will never come from the ballot box. It won't come from elected officials. It will be the people themselves getting more than tired one day, and they will do something very stupid. I will say that. I will use the word stupid for now. I think that the point we'll get before things can start falling in place in Liberia, because for now, there is no outlet, no path.
You think our lawmakers, they got serious part to play in the whole thing here, because if these people come in our areas, in our towns, and we don't agree as a town people, as a lawmakers, you think they will sit down there and do illegal money?
That's what I'm saying. The lawmakers don't have out of it. So that's why it is. So I'm not going to expect the traditional chiefs and the elders and the people that control the local, because the one thing that I know, we got local government, but the local government still falls under the central government. That's why you have a central government. And the lawmakers are also part of the central government. So if they didn't serve are considered illegal minors because they think they can get rich and forget about the country, then who do you look up to in the end? It will be regular, ordinary people. It cannot be for people with big names and in top position in society. That's not where it will come from. But anyway, guys, that's it. Tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mom. We got to go. No time. I don't know what I'm gonna want to quickly in 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds at most. So that we can go home. Yeah.
My party very short. You know, all these problems we are faced with in Liberia, the problems we are faced with, just about finding a solution to these problems we are faced with in our country. But until then, let me say many thanks to our callers, our listeners, supporters, well wishers, for always being there for Sktv. Do join us tomorrow, same time, same station for the program. Until then, Mona Lagri, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mona. Check 30 seconds or most 1 minute quickly. We have to go. No time.
Yes, for me, I want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks for the show. Mona is still there. You as a media person, this thing is illegal. Let's put a feet of those who do illegal money in our various towns and villages on fire. Let's go on the radio when it's illegal. Let's talk about it. Let's draw the attention of our citizens towards it. Let's play our part. Let's disseminate the information to our people. We shouldn't say because, I found it time, church even sack the PA, they didn't sack the team. When I turn out, they will say, oh, church, I beg you. Let's talk about it. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you, my dear brother. Yeah, thank you so much, my dear brother. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much. That's why some of us we are talking the way we are talking. I know people may not like that, but indeed it is indeed frustrating that you will come from one of the most talked about county, where in fact a county that also produced president, and now today turn into one of the poorest county. Even if not, if you see even some of the streets is Redru, you really feel terrible. So sometimes we wonder as to what happening to the leadership. We have a very poor and bad, terrible leadership that is in fact coming from Grand Jada. So I think sometimes some of you got to give way to other people to because the county is almost looking like a state. The best thing you can do is to put all of your heads together and make sure you do the right thing for the survival of our people. That's all we're talking about here. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, and those of you that also call in. Let me say a wonderful night to all of you, Barcelona fan. Well, that's the game. Continue to hope.
Man, they didn't put 2-0. Don't be started for them, man.
So good night, my people. Good night to all of you. We have to go. Thank you, Sheikh, and thanks to all of our team. I'm Johnson Mayborn Kula.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents of them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so make you again Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chenille, tina ase ma jamo. Enji sano muni, emuaye yo. Enji lofa mui, emuaye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Napagiyarina ya tumale, Sktv, ena Napagiyarina, Tosi Wakoma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.